Windows NT version, or shall I call it the ReactOS, running on VirtualBox. While many might find it complicated to download ReactOS on VirtualBox due to the floppy disk and all that, it is actually a pretty easy install, which if you do not know how to do it, I'm easily going to show you step by step. So for those of you who do not know what VirtualBox means, it is basically a USB that is on your computer to which you can install operating systems or such. So it's like having two computers in one computer. So being that, let's go do the install. So the first part of the installation, we want to go to React to the official ReactOS on basically the ReactOS homepage. So you just have to type in ReactOS, which my computer's taking me to a different directory, which I do not want to do. Alright. So once you reach this finally after many tries, well, at least for me, you just go to your front page ReactOS project, because it is a project, it is an alpha, so yeah, it's still considered an alpha even though it was made in 2003 based on after a 1993 version, so 10 years later, right? So this is an alpha version of the project, but it is usable as you all saw me. This is a fully functional operating system called ReactOS, which is an alpha version. So yeah. So it'll take you to the ReactOS and it'll tell you to download, which shall look like this. Or I could just do that, can't I? Or ReactOS. So I've downloaded it like already, so if this doesn't load, it is pretty straight up easy, I guess. It already got the signal, so I hope it loads pretty quick. Probably it could be because of the tornado activities that are going on so far, so that might be a factor of to which why I do not have internet. So I'm just going to put pause while I receive internet. Okay, my PC was way faster at this, so okay, so I'm just going to show you how to download it from my PC and everything, because you know, why not? Well, I'd rather show you on the actual source, but oh well. Like, we need to do it on this. When life gives you lemon, you gotta make lemonades. Or when life gives you PCs, you gotta use it. So, still loading. So once it's loaded, it will show this. You gotta press download it. This thing of like donation for the website will appear if you. Okay, so you have two types of download. So you have a download live CD, which you won't be able to put it on an actual CD to install it on another device. You'll need to install it on your computer, like right after this. Or you could do a boot CD, which you could put the operating system on a CD or USB, bootable USB, and then put it on another one. So in this case, I do want the ISO version. Oh, and here's the thing I was talking to you about. So you don't actually have to donate anything. You just have to press no thanks. Let's proceed with the download. So, again, gotta wait for the load again, once more. Okay, so this is actually faster. Then it says your download will start shortly, which we will need to wait a couple of, I don't know, depending on your Wi-Fi speed. Or a hotspot or whatever you may have. Well, why am I showing you all this? You just need to know there's a download, and once the download is done, you need to know that you gotta open a zip file. For those of you that do not know how to open a zip file for whatever reason, here is how you open a zip file. So once you have it downloaded, this file will appear. All you have to do is just right click on it, and press extract all. So you just like you put where you want the destination to be, which in this case like you could put like whatever. So mine went directly to my downloads and it looks like this. So this is what your ISO will look like, definitely. So once you're done, you just go over to your, I'm going to delete my machine so that does not waste my RAM or anything. Well, not that it wastes RAM, but still, we want to, oh yeah, and you, alright, so we are going to remove it. It's because I do not want to clone it. Yeah, that's what you call it. Clone the machine, because then there won't be any complications, but still. Okay, so the file will be called ReactOS. And the Linux distribution already detected it as Microsoft Windows 2003. See? So, meaning this is Windows, because it is Windows. Then we want to give it, as long as you have like 1000 through 2000, you are right on RAM, because it is an old application. So I'm going to give it 190. Well, yeah, 1900. Or 1090. No. 1800. Yeah. Of RAM. Okay, next you want to create a virtual hard disk now. So you want to create it. Then you want to go over here to expert mode. And then you choose how many gigabytes from your hard disk you want to give it. I think I'm going to go with 10 gigabytes. Alright. So, file location. You want to put ReactOS. ReactOS. So that is going to be your file location. If you did not put this in this file location, then you will have trouble later when you try to use the app, because the app will not really install. Just saying. Same mistake. So now you just want to create it. Okay, so that easy. All you have to do is just now start over here on this button, which that's a start. Okay, so you are now going to install an operating system on it, because that's what VirtualBox is for. So you have all these. Yes, I installed Ubuntu and ReactOS. But for you would just have to upload the file. So you click on the little folder. And then you go over to where you stored it, which for me it would be on my downloads. And here it is, ReactOS 0.4.11. In the future, it will have different numbers, because this is the most modern version, but in the future there will be other versions. So you just click open and you press start. Bam, that easy. So it's loading and everything. If you want to put it full screen or whatever. Yeah, you could also go over here to view virtual screen 1. The most recommended is 150, because it does get the full screen and it is not like enough so that you have to scroll. This is perfect. So depending on your language, mine is, sorry, I'm speaking different languages. So mine is English from the United States. Then you press enter because you do want to install or upgrade. You want to continue. You accept the terms. Okay, so here we accept that it will like basically install in the unpartitioned space, which is the unused space of our hard drive. So we will accept it. You could you have all these different files like format partition. You might be saying, oh, which one do I do? Well, by default we have SFAT file system, which is a quick format. It's alright if you want to deal with that, just as I did. Any of them work. really, but it's just overwriting. Well, at least that's what the others do. So now you accept that you clicked that, so you just press enter. So it says where do we want to store it. So the computer usually ignores the backslash, so it just says ReactOS for the computer, and that is why we put ReactOS. Remember? So we press enter because that's where we want to store it. It's already copying the files onto our hard disk. Sorry, because I don't know why. So once that's almost done, it even tells you like how much space you have, how much percent of your memory do you have. So now you want to install. So you have all these. The most recommended by default is install bootloader from hard disk. I mean on the hard disk. So that one's alright. I mean you just have to press enter all the time. So tip. So now you just wait for it to load. Yes, guys, as you notice, I'm trying not to put pause because like just in case I forget to record something. Oh, it tells you that, but you just have to wait a little bit more. Okay, and it tells you where do you want to start. So you have debug, rosebud, ReactOS screen. You want to press that, you just want to boot from the top one. So then you have all that. You're installing ReactOS already, installing devices as we all see. The nostalgic Windows 98 boot. Even though it's not Windows 98, we still get the Windows 98 themed because it is basically Windows 98 since it's NT, which is before Windows 98, which is like 98, sorry. So it says if we want to capture it, you can change, like for example, if you capture it, you will not be able to use your mouse outside of the screen unless you press a specific key. For example, in my case, if I capture it, I just have to press the right control and then I'll be able to use it. This is what I mean. So I already captured it and I'm trying to go all the way to the left, which I can. Now once I actually press control, because I programmed it to be this key, I can go out. But then I go back and click on it and it says that. So in case you didn't know, that's another thing about VirtualBox. So now we just press next. We accept all that. Next. Okay, so now the name of the computer or whatever, I'm just going to put my name. So in the organization it's going to be home, or you could leave it blank or something. So I am going to skip this part due to privacy information. So yeah. Okay, so now once you do that, you have this. What do you want the computer name to be? I personally trying to imitate Windows 10. Or Windows 7. I always put laptop to kind of match it up. So then this is my thing. Now after you do that, you need to press your password. But don't worry, I could just put my password here and y'all won't be able to see it. You could put numbers or whatever, such as I am doing right now. Remember, if you forget the password, you just delete the VirtualBox thing. You just delete the thing from VirtualBox, or as y'all saw whenever I deleted the previous VirtualBox, and you just reinstall it as I am doing right now. I mean, not that I forgot my password, because obviously y'all saw me using the thing. So now you want to set your time settings. Usually by default, this is always correct. I'm just talking about like this. So okay, there, Central Time. So next, you could choose either the lattice theme, which is dark, or you could use the classic theme, which is like Windows 98. I'm going to stick with 98. So you could have typical settings or custom settings. To make the video faster, I'm just going to put this. No, this computer will not be part of a work group or whatever. This is actually how you install it on a normal computer, except on a normal computer you would need to press F12 to boot. So, quick fact: you don't like VirtualBox users. You do not know how. You do not. Sorry, you do know how to, but you do not need to know that information. So, this computer will not be part of a work group since it's VirtualBox. So, whatever. Next, we'll do this. It's registering the components. If there's a CD in the drive, remove it. Alright, we do not have CDs, of course, because we're using VirtualBox. So that's another thing of why VirtualBox is probably one of my favorite things. Plus, you could have more than more than one operating system. Meaning, if you could find a version of Windows that you would like to install, you could also do it the same way that you're installing on this one, except that with the RAM, instead of making it like with this one that you include megabytes, with the other one you would need to actually include actual gigabytes for Windows 7 or Windows 10 or whatever. There has been times where I installed Windows 10 just like out of an emergency, meaning whenever I used Windows 7. So yeah, so by default this will appear, which is saying that you do not have the Ethernet adapters. This is from 2003, so obviously we do not have those adapters, drivers available. So whenever you're done, you can actually go ahead and start using it. The Windows key will work as it would in any computer. So you could just go ahead and go to your programs, accessories, use your Word documents, play games, or whatever. One of the things I like best about it is the nostalgic word pad, remember? You do have actually a video viewer, but it's no use if you have no internet. So see, this is like the nostalgical look of the paint from Windows 98, so yeah, that is how you install. I do not wish to say. So that is how you install ReactOS on VirtualBox. Thank you guys for watching, and this is the version I'm using. Thank you guys.